Hi, and welcome to this general introduction and demonstration of Lingo Jingo. Lingo Jingo is a world language and ELL teaching and learning platform. And what we're going to go over now is the teacher experience using Lingo Jingo, and we'll cover a number of different topics. From the home screen of the site, the teacher can just sign in with their user ID and password. Upon login, teachers will be brought to their dashboard. This is the first screen that they see when they log in. The splash screen here, the reason I want to show you this is because it does a really good job of giving you an understanding of what the two core pieces of functionality are behind Lingo Jingo, and that is using the student management capabilities, and we'll go over these two options here of adding students and groups. And then there's also the content creation and distribution to your students, and we'll cover some of that in detail as well. But again, from here, this is your teacher's dashboard, and this is a really good jumping off point for handling those two core functions within Lingo Jingo. First, let's talk about student management. As you can see here, our teacher has 138 students assigned to her particular teacher's account, and she's organized those into 5 different groups. And I'll cover what these things mean in a little bit more detail. So let's dive down into the first part of student management. And you'll see here within this screen, the Manage Student screen, you're able to see as a teacher the list of all of the students that are assigned to your account. They're sortable by first name, last name, whether they're in a particular group. You can sort them by groups. And this is great because if you have a student that comes into your classroom and you need to add them, you can simply add the student. And as a one-off, this is a great piece of functionality because you can add the student by email address, first name, last name, just general account creation here for a student that enters into your classroom. The email address is important because that is going to be their login ID. So if there is a school email address, which is typically the case, then they'll make sure to want to use that because typically their student email address is also the user IDs for other school systems. Another way to do individual student management is if you simply click on a student. Again, you'll be able to do some pretty general account management for that student. Update their passwords, insert their, update their names. Again, pretty high level account management things that you're able to do on the student's behalf. Now, what is also typical is not just having one-off students enter your classroom, but also when, let's say, the beginning of a school year, you've got your whole class list, and adding those students on a one-by-one process is pretty unwieldy. So we also have the ability to upload student lists in bulk, so that you're able to create student accounts. Again, not in a not one by one, but again in a bulk process. You can upload a list of students and go ahead and get your entire classroom uploaded very simply. You just need to do so by having the student information, email address, first name, last name, and a password that you can assign in a spreadsheet and upload it and have your entire classroom created in just a few steps. As far as general student management, getting accounts created, modifying accounts, and then uploading students in bulk, we've covered that. But another capability you have around student management is managing groups of students. One quick navigation tip: whenever you're logged into Lingo Jingo as a teacher, you've got 2 areas of navigation, or 2 general areas of navigation. Right here by your name, you'll have your student management functions, and then over on the left, there's the content management functions. So we try to separate these two general functional areas on the site, just as you see them here in these drop downs. So now, around student management, we've taken a look at general student account maintenance that you're able to do as a teacher, as well as uploading students one by one or in bulk. Another option you have is to organize your students into groups, and this is extremely helpful in putting kids in the appropriate groupings where you would be wanting to assign content based on group dynamic, group skill levels, group capabilities with, in this case, we'll talk about English language learners, what their proficiency levels are around English, and the course or content you'd like to assign. So in this teacher's account, she has 5 different groups, all with varying numbers of students. And what this allows this teacher to do, again, is to put the appropriate kids in groups where content that she will be distributing to them is appropriate to those particular groups of kids. So, for example, she's got an English language learner newcomers group that has just 3 members in it, but for teachers that do have to work with newcomers, 3 is plenty. So, we can take a look at who these kids are as the teacher. Once you look in your group management screens, you can see all of the students that, as a teacher, whose accounts are assigned to you. And if you would like to add them to a group, you just simply check their name and save. There's 3 students currently assigned to this group by this particular teacher. What you're able to do, and this applies to any and all groups that you're going to be managing in Lingo Jingo or groups of students, you've got 3 basic steps that you're able to use in assigning or distributing content to these kids. So for this English language learner newcomers group, you can assign courses, and courses are really our basic building block of content that we can distribute to kids. And courses are, and we have a very, very large, with hundreds and hundreds of courses existing now on the site and growing every day. But courses are, again, they're our basic building block of content that you can share with kids. And these are really our library of supports that are available that can help to support what you're teaching in the classroom based on theme, topic, subject. Even if there's a common core standard that you're looking to try and teach to, you can simply search by anything that's got a common core standard assigned to it. We've got courses that support different common core standards and objectives. If you're looking at working with STEM or science content, we have earth science content available on the site. Again, our library of supports is very extensive, and you're going to be able to search and find content that you can share based on, again, any topic, theme, subject, standard ID, again, if you're looking for something that supports a particular Common Core standard. But you're able to select any content that is available in the library for these students. And you can select courses, for these ELL newcomers, we'll select something that's talking about school and maybe something about animals. And you simply add these courses to those that were already assigned to this particular group and push it out to the kids. And when they log into Lingo Jingo, they will be able to see this content that you've assigned to them. Those are individual courses that you are able to assign. There's also what we call, we have a curricula library, which consists of numerous individual curriculums in Lingo Jingo, and these are a way for us to organize large numbers of courses into unifying themes. For example, we've got courses or curriculum set up for students with limited English education, as well as STEM curriculum around different engineering courses and science courses that are available. Phonics for English learners, which would be great for newcomers. And you can see the different courses that exist within this particular curriculum, with a good number of courses that support, teach and support reading strategies in English for kids. So we'll go ahead and add those courses to this newcomers group. And then also there are tests or placement tests that are available within Lingo Jingo, and these are really helpful. Let's say when you're starting to use Lingo Jingo and you want to kind of assess where a student is in their particular reading or comprehension abilities around, in this particular placement test, English. And just to help you slot, where that individual student or students may be in their ability to grasp English, or where they are in their English acquisition process. So, again, we've assigned different courses, individual courses, and also courses that exist in a larger curriculum. And if you want to go ahead and push these out to students, you just simply save any changes you make here. And now all of that content is pushed to these 3 students that are in this ELL newcomers group. And when they log into Lingo Jingo, then they will be able to see this content that you have assigned to them, and they'll know what to work through. The student experience is in a separate video, which can also be made available to you. So now what we've been able to cover so far was, again, we wanted to go over some of the student management and then also content distribution. And we've been able to cover that around individual student and bulk student account management, as well as organizing students into groups. And then for content management and distribution, we've covered how to select different supports from our content library, individual supports in the form of our courses, as well as larger groups of supports, which we put into what we call a curriculum around a unifying theme. Other ways that you're able to manage and distribute content to students, and this typically happens in one-off scenarios where, say you have a child who, or a student who is either doing really well in their, this student is in the English prep course and the newcomers group, and they either are not being challenged enough or they need a little bit more help. And so you would assign, in this case, you'd assign more content for this student to do. You can also do that on an individual basis, where you can go into the playlist of a student, and this is the view that the student sees when they log in. They'll see this is a really important screen for them, because they see all of the coursework that is assigned to them. If they've begun any of the courses, then they'll see those they're in progress, completed. They get a really good bird's eye view of their progress with the content that's assigned to them. But again, as a teacher, let's say you want to go into this individual student's playlist. You can assign on a one-to-one basis. You can assign courses to this particular student or any individual student, and assign a course or coursework to them. And again, this works great when you know that the kid is either not challenged enough or needs a little bit more help in getting to a particular goal. So as far as individualized instruction, it's great. You've got the ability to work with and provide supports that are going to really get a student to a particular level or challenge them to push themselves beyond where they currently are in the classroom. Again, the flexibility with student management and then also the distribution of content is great, where you can work on the one-to-one level, but then work within larger groups, say for a classroom, to assign coursework to a larger number of students. We've been able to cover within this particular video the introduction to the teacher's view and the two main functional areas of student management and content management and distribution. If you have any questions related to these two particular areas, then by all means you can reach out to us at Lingo Jingo. Our general email contact is info@lingojingo.com. And of course, my name is Andy Grant, and I am the primary point of contact with all of our school outreach programs, as well as our primary point of contact for teachers communications. And I can be reached at Andy, A-N-D-Y, @lingojingo.com. And again, if you have any questions, let us know. And we hope that this video introducing you to some of the core capabilities of our platform have been helpful. And we look forward to working with you. Thank you.